Hello and welcome back to another 2D Sunday-ish. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite Mega Drive games and its arcade counterpart, which is Shadow Dancer. Okay, let's get a little bit of the history stuff out the way before I give my opinions and how I feel about the game and my personal history. Shadow Dancer, the arcade version, was built on the System 18 board. Got released in 1989. It's a side-scrolling hack and slash game produced by Sega. It's the second game in arcade Shinobi series. You're a ninja and you're accompanied by your white attack dog. The Mega Drive version of Shadow Dancer is called Shadow Dancer The Secret Shinobi. It's released on the Mega Drive in 1990, obviously published by Sega. I'm gonna say it's basically an adaptation, not a port of the arcade game. Yeah, you're still a ninja with a canine partner. Obviously, that's just a very brief history about the game. Now that we've done that, I can show some gameplay and me playing, plus how I feel about the games, how I started playing the games. And yeah, just a bit about my basic history with the games. Alright then, let's get going. Oh, and before I go, I don't know. If you want to do a thumbs up, do a thumbs up. If you don't, you don't. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, you don't. Alright, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, first of all, let's look at some basic mechanics of the game. You have unlimited ammo for ninja stars. You have up and jump, and you can control your ninja companion. When you get enough bombs on the arcade versions, you get a power up, and your ninja stars are twice as powerful. As you see here, you have double the power now. So certain enemies who was able to block you before will have a harder time. If you die, you lose the power up instantly, and it's a one-hit death on both versions. Okay, you also have your canine companion, which is a big difference from the original. On the arcade, you just crouch, your dog will bark. If there's an enemy near you, it thinks it can attack, and you just press attack, and it goes for the enemy. You need to destroy the enemy that the dog's grappling with in a certain amount of time, otherwise the dog will get hurt and turn back into a little puppy, and it'll be useless to you until you get another bomb and the dog grows back. Cool. Now this is the Mega Drive version. Basically it's the same process, just that the dog is a lot faster. It has a bar here as well, which you fill up, so you don't accidentally get your dog killed like in the arcade version. You don't mean to. Here I'm going to show you power up and how. Here's your dog. You hold down the attack button. It goes after the enemy really quickly. There you see when you rescue a girl, a blonde girl, you get a power up instantly, and it's basically the same. You've got double the power now. So that's basically the mechanics. You don't get to choose your ninja magics in the stage. It's just whichever one they happen to give you. Both games start off very similar, mostly horizontal stages with a little bit of verticality in them. You have to use your dog to get past certain, I don't know, say hotspots on arcade version, whereas on the Mega Drive it's a little bit easier, depending on what difficulty level you are playing, that is. I normally play on level 2, because if you play on the hardest level you don't actually receive any power ups at all. And here's the Mega Drive version here. As you can see, you don't really need the dog in the first couple stages. There's not much depth to the first few stages, but as it should be, because it's based on an arcade game. There's a bit of up and down here, but the levels aren't particularly, they haven't got too much verticality to them, mostly horizontal. And the later stages of both games have really good verticality in them, which is nice. It cuts through some of the boredom. Unfortunately, a lot of action games in this area tended to be flat, but I think that's where Shadow Dancer outshone a lot of its rivals. Say for example, I don't know, RoboCop or Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja, or even Two Crude Dudes. Those games are very flat. Maybe a ledge here or there, where Shadow Dancer, Arcade and Mega Drive got rid of that problem, especially on the later stages. Then you see some of the enemies that have shields, and I have a power up here. Different gunmen, they shoot at different speeds. Doesn't matter what the bullet is, you still get hit, you still die. One hit death. Ninjas, very deadly. You want to get rid of them ASAP. Knife throwing men, and there you go, there's the magic. And obviously you don't get to choose your magic, it's just your get out of jail free button. Okay, the enemies, you get a really nice variety of different enemies. Don't get me wrong, you cut through them and you destroy them in the same way. You don't have to really fight them that differently. To be honest, I mean, you just got to be a bit careful, realistically. I mean, you're not going to fight the gunmen the same way as you do the ninjas. But most of the other champs, apart from the shield guys, you're going to treat with a bit of disdain, especially if you got power. But like I said, a nice variety of enemies in both versions, to be honest. I think the color palette is better on the Mega Drive compared to the arcade. The arcade is a bit more, as you see here, I would say less saturated, more pastel colors. So you don't really see things pop as such. I mean, it's still very good. The color palette's nice, but it's very, it's I would say, I don't know, just pastel. Whereas the Mega Drive version is very saturated, very in your face, very hard edge. And it's down to professional taste. I personally prefer the Mega Drive. I just think that color palette really suited the Mega Drive, whereas I don't know, I think the Mega Drive, I think the arcade just needed to pop a bit more for my liking, especially compared to Shinobi. I think Shadow Dancer looks a bit more subdued compared to Shinobi. Yeah, so that would be my thing on that. But yeah, enemies look good. Look at this here. Why didn't the dog attack him? I was trying my best. It's like, go get him. That's not a problem on the Mega Drive at all. You just don't get those issues. So those little quirks got ironed out on the Mega Drive version. But yeah, as I was saying, enemy variety is very good. You still have to treat them with respect. You still have to figure out what you're doing. I would say that the arcade genuinely harder than the Mega Drive, simply because the Mega Drive controls, I would say, are just generally better. Yeah, the refined controls definitely help the Mega Drive version be better than the arcade version in that respect. The control of the dog is just streamlined now. The dog doesn't get killed accidentally. It's just more responsive, I'd say. And a couple of little quirks that the arcade had that you just don't see in the Mega Drive version here. Like, I'm going to show you here. If I click to the arcade version, look at that. You can just jump up and hit that guy on that ledge. I'm going to show again here. Look, there we go. That guy killed him with his shins. That's not something you can do on the Mega Drive version. I would have to be on the same level. I can't just jump up and kill them. I'm going to try and find an example in my gameplay and show you the difference there. Because, I mean, don't get wrong, it's nice that the arcade version has that. But look, here's the Mega Drive version. This is the only clip I could actually find when I did that. Look, I'm going to jump up, try and slow it down. Here we go, here we go. And jump, see a couple shots. See, look, there's a gunman up there. All of those shots missed him, none of them hit him. For me to actually hit him, I have to be on the same level like here, or be right next to him. I can't just jump up and shoot him. Bit of a quirk, but that's one of the rules that they changed from the arcade to the Mega Drive version. And there you go, look. See, there he gets hit. Also, I love the explosions of when the bad guys get hit on the Mega Drive version compared to the arcade. I think it's really cool. That green splash. Okay, now I just want to talk about my history with both games. The arcade version, I used to play this in a couple of places after school before I went home. At that time, because Double Dragon had come out, arcade credits were no longer 10p, they were going up to 20p because Double Dragon was so popular and they realized that they could make more money. So after that, I think Double Dragon was 87, I believe. Was it 88? No, I think it was 87, 1987. And this came out in 89, so credits were already 20p. And obviously it's a one-hit death. So yeah, you had to try and get good. The arcade was two-player, not simultaneous two-player, but you know, once one person died, the other player would have their go wherever they left off. I think I used to play with a guy called, I believe his name was Dwayne. And he was really good. And I just used to try and copy what he did. With varying success. He was really good at the game, but I just loved the game from there, really. It was just, I don't know, I just thought it was such a great improvement over Shinobi at the time. I don't believe it's that much better than Shinobi now, in retrospect, but at the time I was just like, wow. You're white ninja, your face is covered, your power up is not a gun, you have a dog, or I used to call it a wolf. It was just so cool. I still find it very hard. I think the furthest I got was the second boss. I never saw past the second boss, ever on the arcade. But it just had me. I mean, I was an arcade kid. I used to love my Sega games, my Capcom games, my Konami games. I used to go to friends' houses and play terrible US gold ports on the Commodore 64s, Spectrums and Amstrad CPCs. If I was lucky, a friend would have an Amiga. We could try and play some ports on there. Or, you know, the Atari ST, but very rarely. Only a couple of people with Atari STs. So yes, this was my introduction to this game. So whenever I saw it, I always tried to play it. Like I said, I didn't get too far because that one-hit death, I just wasn't the best, but I just loved the game. Loved it completely. Now the Mega Drive version of Shadow Dancer. This has a special place in my heart. Subjectively, this is the best 16-bit game I've ever played. Subjectively. I don't know. It's just great. It's one of the reasons why I love the Mega Drive so much. I mean, I have like 3 pillars for my Mega Drive gaming that I personally feel are my favorite games. They are Shadow Dancer, Sonic 2, and Thunder Force 3. Yeah, obviously, objectively, someone can say Revenge of Shinobi or Shinobi 3 are better, or someone can say, well, Thunder Force 4 is better, or someone can say Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles is better, or say, how can we don't shoot a Bridge 2 in there? But this is just subjectively how I feel. Shadow Dancer was my favorite game. It's just everything I love about video games. The music, oh my god, the music's fantastic. Gameplay, the graphics, it's just where the arcade has its downfalls, the Mega Drive version just doesn't. It just improves upon them. Obviously I know it's not a perfect game, obviously I know that. It could still be better. Hell, it could be a longer game. It didn't help that it was on, like, I believe it was a 4 meg cart, and it came out early in the generation and never got like a proper sequel. So yeah, that's a shame, but I just thought it complemented the arcade version so well, and it improved on the areas which the arcade annoyed me to no end. Obviously, I wish it took some of the stages from the arcade and literally copied them rather than having some of its own shorter stages, but it's just an excellent game. Such an excellent game. Love it. Just love it. And like I said, one of the main reasons why the Mega Drive to me would always be one of the greatest consoles ever. Just listen to this for a second. The Sonics on the Mega Drive are so good. The ninjas, when they phase in, they have their own sound effects. This is that womp. You just know ninjas are coming as soon as you hear that. And when there are tons of them appear, you hear that womp, 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 womp. Ah, it's so good. I mean, hell, the ninjas are so special. They have 3 stages. This vertical one, Statue of Liberty, which has no power-ups. And then 2 of the final, I believe it's 4 rooms. Just for the challenge rooms, just before you get to the boss. Coloured ninjas and those sons of bitches green ninjas. So yeah, they're that good and they're so well designed. They actually have their own sound effects. Brilliant. And they fight differently depending on the colours. Ah, God, I love Shadow Dancer. God, I love it. And to be honest, that's why the Mega Drive will always be one of my favourite consoles ever. Simply because some of the greatest games Sega gave them. Oh yeah, I forgot. After you defeat a boss, you get a bonus stage. Oddly enough, I still think the bonus stage in Shinobi 1 on the arcade is better. This is the Mega Drive version. You get more than 1 life if you complete it, unlike the arcade. You get 50, 40, no, I think you get 1 life, 2 life, or 3 lives extra. Yeah, depending on how many ninjas you kill. So, on the Mega Drive version, good old 16-bit days, you get cheats. This one is just a level select, I believe, on the title screen, or the start logo, I can't remember which one it is. You hold down A, B and C and you press start. And you will come into this screen here where you can choose your round, your stage and the difficulty level. So yeah, I'm going to now show you the rooms before the final bosses. Sorry, before the final boss. I call these the challenge rooms. This is probably the hardest part about Shadow Dancer. Some people might say it's not hard, but it is the hardest part. Once you get good, you get good. But yes, I'm just going to go through them here. Should I talk over? Yeah, I'm going to talk over it. That's the first room with gunmen. The second room is these, I don't know what you call them, cyborgs, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you how to just get past it. And by the way, I did do this in one go, and I didn't die or lose a life, but the fact is, I just chose the level select, just to show it, rather than having to get all the way here, just in case I did die. As you can see, hold the dog. You would never be able to do that with the arcade version of the dog. You just wouldn't make it. In fact, I don't think you could have this stage in the arcade version. He's just not nimble enough. He's too stiff. Yeah, and the enemies generally are slower. Actually, the arcade game is just generally a slower game than the Mega Drive version. The Mega Drive is a proper action arcade game, whereas I would say the arcade is a good scrolling hack and slash. It's more, the speed of the game is like its color palette. It's very muted, but still good, still good. But the Mega Drive is just, yeah, it just uses that glass processing. So, yeah. Now we're on to the rooms with the ninjas. These are the toughest rooms going. Easily the toughest rooms. But there is a method to my madness here. You don't actually have to kill all the ninjas. You can just bounce on certain, on some of them at the right time. You have to time it right, but it can be done. On the hardest level, this is really ridiculous. My brother was really good on this stage on the hardest level. There you go. And now the sons of bitches green ninjas. Oh, these guys are bastards and they're hard as hell. But I love this room though. Sometimes they can be teeth, but I just love it. This one takes me a little bit longer. I think did I have to backtrack on this? On this one? A little bit? Yeah, I did, yeah. They were coming a little bit too fast for me. I just love the animation, the way that those ninjas look, they're so cold. Oh, missed that slash there. Go on, get him, got him. Get the kid, slash, jump, bounce. Oh, I was about to get hit there. Alright, done that. Let's get to the next part. Here's a few boss battles for both games. Hope you enjoyed them. There's going to be no commentary. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace! I'd like to give a big shout out to Chowster for helping me collect this footage. He's the biggest Chelsea fan that I know. Cheers, Chowster.